So I'm hearing it took a long time, but now they feel it. It took some time. I think somebody was in disbelief of your energy. Somebody wished you to be unforsaken, and now they feel forgotten by you. That is the download. Somebody wished you to feel unforsaken, but now they feel forgotten by you. I feel like you show this person a lot of care, attentiveness. There's something about being attentive. There's something here about being attentive. So you showed this person a great amount of care and attention. And instead of this person appreciating the care and attention you have for them, it's like they kind of threw it back in your face in such a way where it's like trying to make you feel like you're not doing enough, or like what you're doing is like fake, not real. Basically trying to downplay your good deeds. And I feel like that's the worst thing someone could do to a person. Hold on. To try, or for someone to downplay your good deeds is very cruel. It's very cruel, and that's the type of energy that will make people want to forget about love. It's the type of energy that can confuse people and make them feel like the good in them is not good enough, or make them feel just like it's like a cloud of insignificance is what I'm feeling. And around this person, you often felt that way. No matter how attentive you were, no matter how much you gave to this person, it wasn't enough. And this person didn't even realize that you could have whoever you want. This doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. But it could be any relationship. But it feels like right now in this part of the message, it feels like it's romantic, like a relationship that you were in with someone. It's like someone is thinking of you and thinking about what you did do. And the reason why they're thinking about you so heavy is because they thought you would have called by now. They thought you would have reached out by now. There's something about a pattern that you had before that you're no longer accustomed to. You are no longer aligned with such a pattern. You're no longer aligned with it because you've figured it out. You figured this person out, and now you know not to contact them anymore, not to continue to consistently put any effort into this situation, because this person can't meet you. They can't meet you halfway. They could barely take one step towards you. And yet this person has a tendency to make it seem as though they do so much, even more than you, when you are the one that was needed, is what I just picked up. Now I'm hearing you had felt like this person was there for you for a certain time. It was something you were holding on to. But then you noticed it must have been fake. I just heard that must have been fake love. Because how did you switch up like this from that to this? It's like someone with two faces. Someone with a split personality. One minute they're kind to you, the next minute they're disrespectful. One minute they're nurturing, the next minute they're telling you everything that you do wrong and nothing that you do right. This type of energy is two-faced. Two-faced. The two-faced one. The two-faced one. Now I'm hearing the man with two faces. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man per se. How about, let's say, the being with two faces. And I heard, and yet you think which one is true. The being with two faces, and yet you think which one is true. Which one is fake? You know, sometimes people, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's like I'm laughing because it's true what I'm about to say. But I don't know why it just made me laugh. But sometimes people who are angry or who show anger, or like they show a certain level of like disdain for a person, or aggravation, or disappointment. Not really disappointment, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, it's more so of an attack. Okay, you can receive like attacks from a person, like spiritual attacks. Meanwhile, this person is trying to hide their true feelings. This is what some people do. They'll attack you because they really want to express something to you, but they don't really know how. So they'll attack you and then make you feel, you know, uncomfortable in some way. But it's really because there's something else that they want to do, but they might feel like that's weak, or they might feel like it will make them look bad. So instead of them approaching you from a place of a realist, it's like they approach you with the face that's not their own. You know, they approach you with the face that's not your own, not their own. Because they have a tendency to not be real with themselves. So how could they even be real with you? If you meet someone and you know they're not even real with themselves, then you know that they definitely cannot be real with you, right? Because where is that supposed to go? It's not going to go very far. I know. It won't. You know, it's making me think about someone who's like, you're not going to find nobody like me. What else? What's another one? That's mean. You know how some people don't want to be with individuals that have kids? Like, especially multiple children. They'll be like, you think somebody's going to want you with all those kids? You know, sometimes people say stuff like that. And, you know, it's best to slow down on the children because they're expensive and it's a lot of work. But for those who have them already, I can only imagine how that would feel to someone who has children. And it just so happens that you are single, but you have children because the previous relationship or relationships didn't work out. And then I feel like I'm really getting this for someone. I don't know who this is for, but someone who has multiple kids. And as soon as you tell someone that you have multiple kids, they run. They just don't want anything to do with you at that point. And that must be very hard for someone who doesn't want to be alone, because not everybody can handle being alone, and some people find themselves in loneliness and have trouble finding solitude. So anyone who has experienced this, it's best to align yourself with individuals that will appreciate you for who you are and understand that you are a package deal from the beginning, instead of, like, you know, going a certain or taking it to a certain extent with a person and then kind of like telling them about your family later. Like, you know, if you find that that's a problem, let it be known. I heard let it be known in your profile. I don't know if some of you are on dating sites or something. I just saw a profile and I saw like I don't know, it looked like a dating site. You know, you could scroll or something and you just see people's faces. That's what I just saw in my mind. I don't know if you scroll up, scroll down, side, whatever, how'd I go? But that's what I saw. So maybe some of you are on dating sites and you've experienced this before. But I'm hearing Spirit say to you, it's like, don't feel so bad about that, because that person is not for you. Anyone who is going to really, everyone has their own preference, first of all. So if a person just prefers to be with someone who doesn't have children, that's their preference. It shouldn't stop you from knowing that there is someone for you, okay? Because that's what I'm getting. Like, it's like someone feels frustrated. This message is taking a little turn, but I'm gonna bring it back once I'm done with the side note. But what I want to say is, anyone who is not willing to take you as a package with your family is not the person for you. Like, you know, it's like your kids. I'm not talking about your whole family. You know, it's nice when you're with someone and they get along with those in your family, but it's not always like that, you know, to be realistic, because not everyone has good energy, no matter if they're in your family or not. So you can't expect everybody to be happy-go-lucky, because that's just not realistic. It's nice when it does happen, but it doesn't always happen like that. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing, when I speak of you as being a package deal, you know, that's your children. So if someone does not want to accept you and your children, they're not the right one for you. They're just not, and their mindset is it doesn't align with yours. So that's not a loss. And I feel like many of you are looking at this situation like a loss for whoever this part of the message resonates with. But it's not a loss. It's actually a gain, because you're gaining more understanding about how certain people's minds work and where their head is at. And it's helping you to be more mindful if you're choosing to learn from the experience as opposed to dwell on it, you know, in sadness. Okay, so that's the end of that side note message right there. Okay, so I hope that gets to who needs to hear it. Okay, I heard don't give up hope. It's, you know, it's really about focusing on yourself. When you focus on yourself, you love yourself, you get into different activities that fill you up. Do things that fill you up, and you won't feel like lonely, you know, because you'll be so busy. You're too busy to be lonely, you know. And even if you're thinking, you know, I'm single, but, you know, I enjoy my time as a single person. And if the right person comes around, then they do. And then that's great. But if not, it is what it is. When you look at it like that, and you find comfort in knowing how to spend time with yourself, that is golden. Those are the golden moments, because those are the golden moments, because when you just love up on yourself, there's a feeling that can't be taken away from you. There's an understanding of oneself that it allows you to take on the inevitable without hesitation. It allows you to do that because you're grounded within yourself. When you are grounded within self, you are like the tree that I spoke of earlier today. You become the tree because your roots are strong. And as long as you focus on grounding your roots within the soil, within the foundation of your world that you've created for yourself, Only things that align with you will be allowed into your frequency, will be allowed into your auric field, even allowed into your thoughts. Because you become like a, I want to say repulsive, but that's not right. Things that repulse you, they can't come towards you. It's like you become like a force field, is what I was thinking. I could not think of that word. But you become like a force field within oneself. And you become like just a walking beam of light, which is so beautiful to so many people around you, that you will become the star that you are, materialized. Like you will be a materialized star, because many have the stardom within them. Many have the stardom within them, but it's inactive, and it must be activated so that you can glow bright, shine bright like a diamond. Okay. Now I'm hearing my song, my tiny tune. Tiny tune. You're a star in the sky. Shine bright, shine bright. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember. That time by yourself helps you to remember who you are. That time alone brings you back to you. So be grateful for your peace in solitude. Be grateful for the moments that you have with self, where Spirit reveals things to you, like the beautiful treasure within you that you may have forgotten about. And then when instances arise, such as this download that I received, where someone wished for you to be forsaken or unforsaken, abandoned is what unforsaken means. Someone wished for you to be unforsaken, and now they feel forgotten by you. That's the best thing you could have done, because there's so many people in this world that intentionally harm others, causing our frequency to be lowered on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And they make it more difficult for all of the earth angels on the earth and in spirit to create heaven on earth. They just make it more difficult. So it's like they should be forgotten. And it might sound harsh, it might sound cruel, but I mean, why remember? What is it going to do for you? Remembering the pain that someone put you through. You know, the best thing you could remember is the fact that you triumphed over it, and it didn't take you out like they intended. Because literally, no matter how you lay it down, you know when people try to take you out. Energetically, physically, you just know. And it's not appreciated. It's just not, it's not appreciated, and it's not going to be, ever. So yes, certain people should be forgotten about. Because many tend to hold on to people that they should forget. And they hold on hoping for something more, and there's nothing there. And then that space that they take up in your mind could be occupied with something that is worth value to you in your life. So they were forgotten because they were supposed to be. Simple. I heard their time here is done. You are number one. Their time here is done. You are number one. What's that song? I just heard a song. It's happening again. My brain. It's just like a radio. It's amazing. But the song I was thinking is a little feisty, so I'm not going to sing it. Yeah, it's a little feisty. So I'm not going to sing that song, but I do hear it in my head, even while I'm speaking to you, because that's just what happens to me. But yeah, I think that's the end of this message, my loves. If you would like to purchase my book, you can. You can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org and get your ebook copy. It will be emailed to you. It's not a physical copy. It is an electronic book. So it will be sent to your email. Okay? And thank you for being here. Love your life. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate your victories. Okay? And don't let the destroyers get you down, because you have better things to focus on, and that is rebuilding. Much more important. Okay? Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you are magic. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next video.